Hey there, thank you for joining me for today's practice. You'll need a chair for today's practice, so make sure that it's nice and sturdy, it's not going to move around. If you feel like it's going to move around, you could set up your mat so it's against the wall and then set up the chair against the wall so it's not going to move anywhere when you put some pressure onto it. Okay, we're not going to put a lot of pressure, but just a little bit. But before we move on to the chair, we're going to just start standing. So let's make a start with the feet hip distance apart and bring the palms of the hands together in front of the chest. And then closing down the eyes. And gently noticing your breathing. It's coming in and out of the nose. And starting to extend into your inhale and extend into the exhale. Noticing the weight down into your feet. It's particularly through the base of the big toe, base of the little toe, the outside of the heel and the inside of the heel. And you might notice that the weight shifts around ever so slightly from one side to the next, slightly backwards and forwards. Make sure you're not locking out through the backs of the knees. And then start to engage the quadriceps, just ever so slightly, sense of lifting up and out through the waist. The tailbone's dropping down as the crown of the head lengthens up. And with that sense of a little bit more space, can you expand a little bit more into the breathing? And if for any reason it's not comfortable to have your eyes closed, you could have your eyes slightly open but just looking down just a couple of meters in front of you. Last few moments, just with the eyes closed if you can. And then gently opening up the eyes, releasing the arms down by your side. And take a bend through the knees, take the arms out to the sides, inhaling, reaching the arms up as you straighten through the legs. As you exhale, crossing the arms down the front of the body, and we'll bend the knees once again. And then inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, crossing the arms down as you bend through the legs, knees tracking towards the second toe as much as you can. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhaling to bend. And then reach the arms up and take hold of your left wrist here. So I'm not going to be mirroring you. I'm going to do exactly the same as you. So I'll look like I'm going in the opposite direction. I'm going to take an inhale to reach the arm up and then exhale to go over to the right. And then inhale back up through center. Take hold of the right wrist, reach up, and then exhale over to the left. Both shoulders keep pointing forward. And then inhale through center, holding onto that left wrist. Exhale, reach up and over, and let's hold it here for a couple of breaths. Press down through the outside edge of that left foot. Open breathing. And then inhale, coming up. Take hold of the right wrist, reach it up. Exhale over to the left. And let's hold it here for a couple of breaths. And this time it's that left shoulder that is coming forward. So we tend to want to curve a little bit. Press down through the outside edge of that right foot. And then inhale, Coming back up to center, release the arms down just for a moment. And then once again, we're going to take the arms up, inhaling, interlacing the hands at the base of the head. So thumbs are pointing down, just thumbs are pointing down towards your shoulders here. Keep the feet hip distance apart, taking an inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to bend through the knees, keep the spine long, and then inhale, press down through the feet to come back up to standing. And then exhale, bend through the knees, let the torso tilt forward, flat back as much as you can, and straightening up. And coming down once again. And then inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. We're just going to take a little change here. As you inhale to straighten, let's twist the upper body to the right. Both hip bones keep pointing forward, and then come back to center. Exhaling. Inhale to twist, left hip pointing forward, and then exhale, coming down, bend through center. Inhale, twist to the right, and center. Exhale. Inhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. We'll do that one more time, right and left, just like this. To twist. Center. Twist to the left. And center. We're going to keep going, just a little change. Here, inhale, extend that left foot out to the side. So you're just on the tippy toes, and then you come back, exhale. Extend the right foot out to the side. On the tippy toes, and bend through the legs, extend that left foot out. And center. And right foot out. And center. Knees tracking to over the second toes. Left foot out. And center. And right foot out. Center. Last time to the left. I'm going to release the arms down, coming back into your parallel position. Now we'll need your chair now. Hopefully it's already set up. Otherwise, bring it to your mat. And start to place the hands onto the chair and walk your feet back. So we're going to be taking a down dog shape with your chair. So you want to walk as far back as you can so the hips are over the ankles, and you can be long through both sides of the waist. And just take a moment here. If you need to keep your knees slightly bent, just feel free. Starting to slow the breath down once again. Now we're going to take a bend through the knees and then straighten. Take an inhale to bend and straighten. Reach those hip bones back to bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Lift the right heel up and then swap it over. Lift the left heel up. Lift the right heel up and the left heel up. Try to keep the toes relaxed, and we'll pedal out through the feet a few more times. Just take your own time. Easy breathing. And then lowering both heels down. Bending through this right knee. You might need to adjust the position of that left hand, maybe bring it a little bit more to the center of the chair, and then take this right hand down, holding the outside of that left shin or left ankle and twisting to the left, looking underneath that left armpit. Keep your breath going. And then let's swap it over. Bend into that left leg. Place the right hand a little bit more to the center of the chair, and then take that left hand to the outside of the shin, outside of the ankle, twisting to the right. Drawing that right hip bone back. And then bringing both hands back onto the chair. And then starting to take a spine roll up, walking your feet up towards the chair, coming up to standing. I'm going to move my chair just so you can see what I'm doing, but you feel free to keep the chair where it is if you can still see me. So we're going to start by turning our legs to the right hand side. So we're side on, feet together, knees together, and just take a little moment here, lengthen up through the spine, and then taking hold of either side of the back of the chair, turn the head to look forward once again. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, start to twist the shoulders to the back of the chair, but try not to slide that right knee back. So knees stay together. As you inhale, growing up and out through both sides of the waist. As you exhale, maybe using the back of the chair as a bit of a lever to turn the left side of the body a little bit more to the right. One more breath. And then inhale, come back to center. Turning to face the front. Feet grounded down. You might need to come a little bit forward on your chair and then open the feet out wide, turning the toes out slightly, lengthening up through the spine. Take the arms out to the side. Inhale. As you exhale, place that right forearm down. Extend that left arm up and over into this beautiful side bend. And then take an inhale, come up through center, and then take that left forearm down, right arm up and over, maybe turning the eyes to look up. And then inhale back up through center, exhaling over to the right. Inhale through center, left forearm down, right arm up and over. And inhale back through center. Using your hands, close your legs. And then let's bring the feet over to the other side. So we're going over to the left now for our twist. Once again, feet together, knees together, and taking hold of either side of the back of the chair, looking forward. Taking an inhale to grow out of the waist, and then exhale to twist. Letting the shoulders drop down, crown of the head reaching up. Noticing if that left knee is sliding back, you want to try to keep the knees together. Keep the breath easy. Taking one more full breath. Inhale, lengthen up. As you exhale, see if there's any more space to twist. And then inhale, coming back to center. And then turning to face forward once again. And we'll come back into our open leg position here. And take those arms out to the side. Take that right forearm down. And this time we're going to hold it here. Keep both sitting bones down onto your chair. And maybe the eyes look up towards the ceiling. And then inhale, come through center. We'll go to the other side. Left forearm down, right arm up and over. This time that right sitting bone grounding down. And then inhale, coming up through center. Release the arms down. Use your hands, bring your feet together. Once again, you might be able to sit a little bit further back, but try to keep the feet grounding down onto the floor. And then hands on either side of the chair. You want to try to wrap the fingers around the chair as much as you can. It just depends on what sort of chair you have. So we're thinking about the tips of the shoulders moving away from the ears, growing up through the crown of the head. And then taking an inhale, as you exhale, drop the right ear down to the right shoulder. So we're starting to take that stretch into the left side of the neck. You might close down the eyes if that feels good. This can be quite strong, so don't feel like you have to do this, but if you would like to try, release that right hand and bring it back just behind that left ear. And no pulling, just let the weight of that top hand just gently increase that stretch. And then release that top hand, bringing the head back upright. Just take both hands once again, lengthening up. And then dropping that left ear down to the left shoulder. Drawing the tip of the right shoulder away from that right ear. And this might be plenty for you. Feel free to stay here. If you'd like to release that left hand, bring it up and over, placing it just behind that right ear. And the weight of that left hand is just gently increasing that stretch along the right side of the neck. Just checking with the breathing. Trying to keep it full and even. And gently release that top hand, bringing the head back upright. Give the shoulders a few circles out. And going the other way. And then releasing that down. Now let's open the feet up so they're hip distance apart, and then placing that right ankle on top of the left thigh. And just gently place the hands on top, on the inside of the knee and the top of that right ankle. And just holding it here. Just think about that right knee dropping down. Either feeling free to stay here, or if you'd like to just take a little bit of a forward fold here just to increase that the stretch, feel free. And then inhale, coming back up, and let's swap it around. So place that right foot down and taking that left ankle on top of the right thigh. Hands to the inside of that left shin, lengthening up to begin. Thinking about that left knee dropping down. And if you'd like to take an inhale, on the exhale, starting to hinge forward from the hips. Shoulders move away from the ears, so elbows drawing in towards the sides of the body. And then inhale, coming back upright and releasing that down. Just standing up for a moment, we're going to turn to face the chair, and you can keep it where it is if you've got enough mat space. I'm just going to turn it around here. Place your hands onto the chair, and we're going to come down onto the knee. So just coming down onto one knee and then the other knee. Big toes together. And we're taking just a very supported child's pose here. So hopefully your chair's soft enough that you can lean into it. You could always just use your elbows or your hands. If you've got the space and you can lean onto the chair, just pop your forehead onto the chair there. Just allowing the hips to be heavy down towards the heels. Just allow the shoulders to relax. Just releasing any unnecessary effort here. Just maybe in the face or the shoulders. And then bringing the hands down onto the ground, moving away from your chair, just sitting over to one side and bring the legs out in front of you. You're going to need to move nice and close towards your chair. You want to bring your bottom as close as you can towards just the tip of the chair, and then bring one leg up and then the other leg up. You might need to shuffle in a little bit more. We're going to take this pose as our variation of Shavasana. If you prefer to just have the legs long, then feel free to go for that. But you want to have that hip crease there, so knees just over the hip joint, arms away from the body, palms facing up. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 more times. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. 1 more time. Inhaling and exhaling. Just allowing the breathing to settle back into its natural rhythm. Just allowing the body to completely relax. Allow all the muscles of the face to soften. And the forehead, the little muscles around the eyes. Release the jaw and soften the back of the throat. This whole body letting go, resting here. Feel free to stay resting here. If you'd like to start coming out, if you've got your legs on the chair, just starting to bring them out, just one at a time, just rolling over to one side. Taking a moment on your side. And so using one of your hands or both your hands to help you come up to a seated position. Just make your way to a comfortable seat. Hands resting down to the thighs. Keeping the eyes closed for the last few moments. Picturing the length of your spine. Soft face and soft shoulders. Bring the palms of the hands together into your prayer in front of the chest. Bowing the head down towards your hands. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Thank you. I'll see you next time.